A
ream?
ream. Yes.
Wow.
One ream of paper. I couldn't believe it.
Where did you go?
I went to Office Max and Office Depot.
Okay. Well,
$25 for a ream of paper. I nearly fell out of my chair. One ream. One ream.
They tend to be higher there anyway, but
Office Max especially because it's the max price.
I don't
I always think. Have you done? Do you have a Costco by UK?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Costco or something.
Yeah, you can
Costco or
usually.
Sam's.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can.
I
usually-
nearly fell out of my chair. I thought, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding. Regular size paper was 2 reams for $14. So $7 versus $25. I nearly fell. I was just furious.
Every time I go to the store anymore, I'm like one of those old people of like, which I am, get off my damn lawn. Oh my God, I can't believe like corn was 3 ears for $1 and I was happy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it used to be 10 and then it was 8 and then it was 6 and now it's 3 and I'm happy. I'm like, so
I know
it's
but great. I am becoming my grandfather. He used to always complain about how much everything was. And it's like, I get it. I get it.
That's exactly where I am. And I'm joking with my husband on a regular basis because I'm like, you were never a poor kid. Like, poor kids don't do this, man. Poor kids, like, we eat our leftovers and we don't open a new jar of jam if there's 2 jars of jam open because it's a different flavor. That was like foreign in my family.
Oh, yeah.
We would never have done, we wouldn't have had another jar to open. So.
No, we wouldn't either.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, not a little kid, when I was a medium-aged kid, if we ran out of food, we ran out of food. That was just flat out it, and it wasn't, I mean, we didn't ever starve, you know what I mean? But everybody also knew in our family that once the food was gone, it was going to be, you were going to be looking in the cupboard trying to create something out of, 3 ingredients that don't really go together.
Well, we had Sundays was always clean out the refrigerator and eat the leftovers.
We always had leftovers too. Even with the kids growing up, we would have a smorgasbord, a little of all these things. And it's kind of cool because you could pick whatever you wanted.
Yeah, leftovers. I mean, I know maybe I should be bothered by it, but it doesn't. I can make like I made barbecue. I didn't want to go spend $40 on a little tub of barbecue. So I bought, a thing of pork and cooked it down and put the whatever barbecue sauces and stuff I had in the fridge.
There you go.
Yeah.
And because it's just me and nobody else will eat it anyway but me, I put it in packages and put it in the freezer. But I ate it until I'm done.
Yeah. We last night we smoked pork chops, which I have never had smoked pork chops before. We have a smoker that our son gave my husband like a year ago, I think, for Christmas or his birthday, I forget which. And we smoked them last night. They were amazing. I mean, amazing. So that was super yummy. So smoked pork chops. I did corn, turned it into elote, and did acorn squash broiled up underneath the broiler. That's
cool.
Good. Yep.
Cool.
Morning, Bree.
Good morning.
Let's get this party started. You're here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to start with some good news?
Good news. I was here first, so I guess I gotta go.
Sure.
I talked to Sarah Black, who's in the XP, and Gary about coming on the team. She said she's not quite decided, but she's coming. And she's excited. But she's gonna, think about it a couple more days or whatever and let me know. So that's good. I also talked to Gary about the land.
Oh, cool.
And his suggestion was really based more on trying to find land than and create it, which is fine.
That's actually smart because you get both ends of it that way.
Yeah. Still have that ingrained that you're not supposed to do that. But
you can do it.
Ask the question of this. Would you be ethical on both sides?
Well, yeah.
There you go.
But-
I know I'm ethical, more ethical than at least 50% of the agents, and probably, 80 or 90. And I mean, not on their team, but in the general public out there.
I
Yeah.
would probably be less, concerned about something like that than an actual house, But I really hadn't thought about it. And the other thing, my question is really what, like I told you, what should I be doing and what not to prepare.
Mhm.
And the only thing I had come up with was to reach out to zoning to see if there were areas in particular that you were allowed, da 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 da. And that's kind of what Gary had said, that to, check in with zoning. He did say check and see if there weren't properties already that had existing airstrips. And that's a good idea too. So I did some research. I won't keep
Cool.
any more time though, but I did some research.
Cool. Cool beans. Who else has got good news? I know you all do, and I'm gonna call on one of you. I'm gonna go myself, and then I'll call on you. Go, Bree, go.
So I have been more diligent about time blocking, and I'm actually following it.
And that act, and I'm actually following it. Those 5 words. Those
Right.
are the words. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So what are you discovering out of that?
I have less anxiety.
Ah,
Yeah, because before it was like, oh my God, I forgot to do this. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, when am I going to do this? And so now I'm like, I've time blocked it for 1 o'clock. I'm going to tackle it then. Okay, I didn't get it today, but I have a time for tomorrow. So I woke up this morning not as anxious. So that's my good news.
That's really good.
Congratulations. That is huge.
Yeah, not as anxious. Not to say I'm not anxious.
That's
I'm
okay.
just not as
It-
anxious. And I time block time to go over my financials.
Nice.
So Fridays are the days where I go over everything, like just for business and personal. So I have a more of a grasp.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Very cool. Congratulations. All right, Kay, you go and I'll share mine after you're done.
okay, well, I got 2 applications turned in, and I
On
talked
your
to
property that can't be rented?
no, these were on 2 others that I'd rented.
Sorry.
So I say it's good news. It's good news that I got them in. I'm a little anxious because she always takes forever to respond, and one of these people's got to be out by the end of the month. So I'm a little anxious about that. And the other thing, I talked to my people on the house that couldn't be rented, and they decided they needed to do something with the floors upstairs. So they went to the store. They're sweet people. They're putting down linoleum instead of, I told them, I said, put the wood like, linoleum that looks like wood.
Yeah, it's wood like it.
The wood like, I said, I sent them pictures. I said, this is what the other ones look like. I did an analysis. There's only 3 homes available for rent in that area. There's
Wow.
only 3. So it should get some hits, but I'm just not getting anything. And I did call, they said they were upset about some pictures, and the pictures looked grainy to me when I saw them, when they Googled them. So I got on realtor.com and I went to Avion, which is the group that is actually behind realtor.com that does the tech. And I told them what my complaints were and that the pictures looked grainy and my clients were complaining. And I took out all the old pictures. I just used the pictures that her husband took. So, they can't blame me if the pictures look grainy. And so he said it would take 24 to 48 hours to get them back up. So I'm going to look again today, and then I'll time block. I got a COVID booster with my grandson day before yesterday. And yesterday it just kind of kicked me on my butt. So I'm back today. That's good news.
It is good news. So I love that. My good news is I struggle hugely with follow-up. It's a beast. I've been trying to beat it down, figure it out, wrap my brain around try this system, that system. And I need to, I mean, I know me, I need to sit there and wrestle and wrestle and wrestle until I finally get something where so I'll start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Because I'm like, it's not working for me. It's not, I might set up a system and then I'll never go on it. And I'm like, this is insanity. And I know that I'm not good at follow-up. I mean, I just, it's never, I like to go like hunt it, kill it, drag it back to the cave, and then please somebody else take care of this. I killed it. This is your job. So I got my blackboard. I got a glass blackboard up here and I wrote 75 names on it of people that just like, where are they in the process? Just where are they? You know, they've said that they were interested at one point or mildly interested, or, you know, I don't know, we're breathing, whatever. So I wrote all the names. I went through my calendar, put them all up there. And then I made a commitment to go through at least 25 per week. And yesterday was a rough day because I've got this property that I just purchased, and then I had some people out there to look at it and it needs more work than I thought. And then I had people who were like, no, it's, you know, it's going to be way too much. And, you know, you got to just trash the home on it and put another one. I'm just like, oh my God, no, you know, anyway. So I'm like, no, I want somebody else in there that knows more what they're talking about, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, and nothing of course could happen over the weekend. And my daughter showed up early at the property. So I've had to have her in a hotel room. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this dang thing. And 3-day weekend, nothing could happen. So I'm just like, there's never ending hotel bill at this point and a property I can't use. And I'm just like, inside. So talk about you're anxious in the morning. So yesterday I was just like, I need bones, God. Like, you need to just toss me whatever you can toss me. Finally got a guy out there at 4 o'clock, and I'm segueing back into the other one. Finally got a guy out there at 4 o'clock who's like, nope, it's doable. Got the price out this morning. I'm like, all right, it's doable. So we got to move forward with it. And I'm like, oh, thank God, that's a huge weight off my shoulders. But I made myself yesterday, I told you all that to tell you this, in all that swirling emotion, I made myself make a whole bunch of phone calls. And what I did was I found 3 classes. I didn't find two knew about me. The July 11th one, because we're going to do the booklet in detail. So I put together a little thing. Yep. So I put together a little thing that said, this is what we do to make the phones ring. And then July 18th, because we're going to play the negotiation game, we're going to put people off into rooms. And so for you guys that played it before, I'm going to just have you in rooms watching, because I think it's going to be, it's going to be interesting to do that. So, and then the other class is a commercial. There's a commercial NCREA. I have their 4 classes or 5 classes are coming up. So there's one on lead generating and turning your residential database. It's on the 14th into commercial leads. And I was like, classes. So I called a bunch of people. I just started going through the list and I just started calling a bunch of people, and I would just say, hey, look, you know, I got some cool classes. I wanted to check in with you. I also have some cool classes, but don't even listen to this. I'm going to drop you a text. And then I immediately got off the phone, shot out a text. I've got 3 cool classes on boom, boom, boom. Let me know if you're interested in anything. And sent that out to a bunch of people. And I actually got one guy who, I mean, that's so low stress. I mean, there's no other, for me, there's no stress on that. So I had one guy who I've been putzing around with for 6 months, and he's just hot, cold. And he goes, when do you get this ball rolling? I need to talk to you on Monday. I'm like, yes. And then I had a couple of other people who are like, absolutely, do want to go to the classes, that, you know, good to hear from you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right. But in my head, I now have a system. So I dumped back in there to reach back out to him every single month, right around the beginning of the month. I now have hey, because that's not too often to be following up with somebody that's, you know, hot, cold. Hey, I've got some classes, you know, let me know if you're interested in them, but don't even listen to this. I'm just going to leave you a text. So I hit both sides. I'm bringing value. I'm making sure that I've got good classes to go with it. I've got the follow-up set. And then my blackboard is going to be the really hot people that we're just working them through the process. You know what I mean? Like they've already filled out the app, or we've got the appointment set for the app, or they said they were going to set it next Tuesday for the app and something happened. So all that happened. I'm dominating this, but one more thing. I had 2 appointments set to sign up yesterday. Both of them had to reschedule for different reasons. One was at the doctor still, and one got called into work, but it's like, it's okay. It's totally okay. I did my follow-up. I did what I was supposed to do. I've got more people in the pipeline. We'll get them back on the books again. And I now feel confident about what I have this time to do this. It works right in my same system I'm working in, and it just adds a great visual on a really cool gloss blackboard that I like too. So there you go. There's my
Show
gift.
us your glass board.
Pardon me? Oh,
Show us your glass board.
so it's right there. You can't see the names on it just because of the color, but that's that baby. And so it's
Right.
right next to me. It's just
And
a,
do you use like a dry erase pen?
no, they're paint pens. They're a little bit different. So it's got like neon. I bought a package of like 6 neon paint pens. If you want, I can send you the Amazon link to what I sent or what I bought.
Yeah.
Okay. It was
And
a,
are they wipeable? They're
Yeah.
wipeable pens?
Yep.
Yeah, please.
yep.
It-
I
it's
really,
probably-
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
no,
it's-
you go.
It's probably the same stuff that you do, like you write on car windows and stuff for sale, blah, blah, blah.
Might
Only
be.
in instead of being marker form, they're pen form.
Yeah, they're pen form,
Oh.
like a big fat pen. Well, not super fat, but they're, I like it. It's classy. That's what I was worried about. I don't want I hate my office junked up with stuff. I hate it. I mean, I have my wealth chart, but I use the crap out of that baby, and it's huge, but but that's about as junky as I want my office to be. I don't want it junked up with stuff.
Where did you get the wealth chart? I like that.
Oh, okay. So that puppy there, which is, so this section is all your frontline qualifying agents. So those are the ones that are producing. These are my unqualified agents. These are my actuals and then my goals. So my actuals that I brought in my goals. This down here are my freedom numbers. So the average agent times how many agent you have on each level. Freedom numbers here. And then your generals, your people who like really get it and they're recruiting and everything. Also, my in-process people, that section I'm going to move over to the board because it's actually more than this. My working hot, that's going to move over to the board too. I've added in my upline just so I know exactly who straight up my upline is. So I want to contact them. They're right there. And then I've got a couple people on the team that aren't in our downline that Gary allowed me to bring on anyway. So they're just happen to be plunked over there because they don't really fit into the numbers or anything anywhere. And there's a link, which I will have Ava send you guys the link to the wealth chart, but there's a wealth training, so Honey Badger's wealth training that has it, and it's like step 1 or 2 or something like that. And you get the PDF. They recommend that you blow it up to like, I don't know, 24 by 30 or something like that. But I was like, screw that. I went to Office Depot or whatever it was, and mine's like it's poster
36
size.
by 48.
Pardon me?
36 by 48.
It probably is. It probably really is. It's definitely posters, movie poster size, big movie poster size. So because I write fat. And then you can take a little class on how to use it, but I didn't ever take the class on how to use it.
Okay, now how to get into Honey Badgers? I don't know if I'm in that or out of it. I don't know.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. Are you, okay, so go into Facebook and look up Honey Badgers. And
Okay.
if you're not part of it, look up me and friend me, because once you friend me, then I can put you in. And I can also put you in, there's another group. There's a QR code on Workplace for that other group. I can't remember what the name of the other group is, but it's basically our line also, and some good information in that line also.
Okay.
There's so many things out here. I mean, there's just tons of
I
places.
know. I get so overwhelmed. I just don't know. I
Okay,
mean, it's
so
like I
don't do that. Do
Okay.
this. Does this thing align with my business model? And in order to do that, you need to know what your business model is. So in the beginning, you don't know because it's a little of everything. But then eventually, because I mean, I did everything. I did a land deal, never sold. It was my first deal ever. I did a land, they were nasty people too. I did a land deal. I did a commercial deal. I did Sphere, I did residential, I did all of it, buyers, sellers, all different types, FISBOs, whatever. I went after everything. And then eventually I went after short sales because nobody was. So I went after that. And then eventually it was expireds. And then it was short sales. And then I didn't want to play in the big pond with a million people, little pond with a million people. I wanted to play in the big pond with nobody. So I did 1-year-old expired short sales. And that became my business model. That was my primary lead source. And I was a listing agent. That's all I went after. I stopped going after buyers at all. I gave them to everybody else and built my team eventually. So they took them. Once I had that business model, Gina Hansen, what do you do? 1-year-old expired short sales. That is what I do. Then when people would come to me, because everybody's like this all the time. Actually, they're like this, give us money, right?
Yes, it's so hard for me. And when I get in and I respond to emails and I'm just cleaning stuff out and I feel like my head's going to explode.
Exactly. So then and it was like that all the time for the first about 3 years I was in real estate. And then when I knew what it was that I did, this is what I do. I only go after 1-year-old expired short sales. It's always, I go after the seller. If something falls in my lap, hey, Gina, will you help it was a buyer, I didn't do it, but will you help my, friend Liz? But yeah, sure, whatever, right? But I had to fall in my lap. I didn't go after it. So whenever anything came past me, hey, we've got buyer leads. Hey, we have, hey, we're a foreclosure company and we buy houses at the county courthouse steps for people that have, problems with their shorts. Oh, wait, you do line up with my business model. I want to talk to you. Hey, we're a company that negotiates out short sales and we also market for you and da. Oh, wait, you are a company I want to talk to. But all the rest of it, 97 of them are no. You line up. None of you do. I'm not wasting my time. So that's what finally got clarity in my head of who to go after and what to do. And then there's other things. If I'm going to purchase something, I have a list of about 15 things that I need to know before I'm going to purchase squat from you. Who else has done it? What are their success rates? I want to talk to them. I want some people who like it. I'm going to find out who doesn't like it. I'm going to Google who loves or how great and I'm also going to Google how horrible is, because whatever you Google is whatever you will find. I am never going to do anything that if I just sell one, I break even. It has to be 10 cents on the dollar. So if I spend a dime, I need to make $1 minimum. If I can make more than that, great, but I'm not going to ever do, well, it's $5,000. If I just do one deal, I'll make my money back. No, you have all your time wasted into it and the system that you could have been doing something else with. So all of that stuff. Kathy, you want information on the NCREA Legion? Go to the NCREA page and we have an event calendar. Just go to that and we'll give you all their classes for the month, which I did not know about. It is a cool thing. If you can't find it, let me know and I'll dig around and get that out to you also.
Okay.
Perfect.
You know what I thought about doing?
What?
Spray painting at least a part of a wall with that chalk paint. So you can just write on the wall.
We used to have that. We had the door that went downstairs to the kids' rooms. That door had on the inside of it had a chalkboard on it that was, because that was my kitchen. So it was basically a grocery list. Always.
Right.
Yep.
But I thought about doing that.
Yep. And then for a while I had a kitchen that we did kind of a folk art Mexican thing. And I had a big chalkboard in there. It said Sopa de Dia. And then we would put the menu of what we're eating that night for dinner for a while when the kids were, I don't know, medium-sized kids. So anyway, all right. What kinds of challenges do you guys have?
Can I go? Or does somebody else have something really important?
Oh.
Go, baby.
Okay. Well, I signed up and yesterday became official with Braden. And it's I have anxiety about it. One, it's money. Two, I think I'm like you, Gina. I'm pretty good about that initial go get whatever, and then not so good about the rest. And as long as you can spread it out, I guess I'm okay. But that, this many times in a week and I'm not real good about that. And I guess the other fear with all of that, if I ever get leads, that is that I'm strapped to the computer or the phone or the whatever, because I'm paying for all this crap, and I should do something with it. Otherwise I'm wasting. It's the food, the leftover food in the refrigerator, you know. I'm wasting things.
So
What do I-
let's deal with the strap to the computer part. Because I
Mhm.
know you're an outdoorsy, active girl. That's just who you are and how you're wired. So, Bree, if she hates being in front of the computer and has to for the braiding thing, for how would be some good ideas, since you're now our time management girl today, would be some good ideas.
Yeah, because
So
she said
you're
they
not,
come in anytime.
yeah, they come in, but you can, the nice thing about Braden's thing is that there's a drip campaign. So if you can't get to it in the first 5 minutes, a text goes out to them.
Right.
And I have KV Core on my mobile. You know, the mobile KV Core. So it shows in and I don't sweat it. And you can multitask. You know, you can bring your computer outside, you know, but just, I time block a time to return my KV Core.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Because I found that I was putting out too many fires and not getting like my lead gen done or, you know, things like that. So it would come in while I've time blocked something else that I would stop and get off track and I wouldn't be effective at anything.
Okay.
So I have so it's forgiving.
All right. So it is okay to just kind of do that and not be stressed about within 5 minutes, I've got to call these people.
Nope, I've waited a day. And by that time, they've gotten like 2 or 3 messages from me. And sometimes they've even responded to some of those messages. And it'll come through on my phone and I can send a quick text like, oh, great, I'll call you at this time.
That is perfect. They think they're getting answered.
Right.
Which is beautiful. And that's the key, because they're sending something out and they're getting immediate answer. Oh, wow, there is somebody live. Oh, cool. Da, da, da. And there's a weird thing with text, especially with younger people, that if you don't respond right away, they're like, you'll get to it. You must be busy right now. There's not an urgency. I know for us, because our texts go out every 15 minutes in like a 8-hour stretch, and longer because we've got the time zones that we're dealing in also, but it's every 15 minutes. And Ava was on the computer, like trying to keep up with that. And I'm like, no, 3 times a day. Go in first thing in the morning, clear it all out, do all the responses, see what you can get, go in around noon, go back, do it again. And before you leave at the end of the day, time block out that last little bit of whatever you think it's going to, half hour, hour, whatever you think it's going to be, to just circle around and get the rest of them. And that's it, because you'll spend your whole life doing it and you can't.
Nope.
Yep. So that should help with that part of it, of relieving the anxiety that they think they're getting answered.
Yeah.
And it'll ask them questions. How many square feet?
Yep.
And they'll respond back 1,600 or above 1,900. And you'll be like, great. I'll look at that.
Yeah. So you look like a rock star, but you can't let it take over even if you were like, oh no, I want to sit in front of the computer, I would go, no, don't do that. Nope. It will take over your life, and real estate will eat up your entire world if you let it. It is a voracious beast.
Well, yeah. And I know me, and I've got this side going, you've got to do this and you've got to do it right. And this side going, oh no, you're not letting this control you. And so this side's pulling away and this side's pushing, and the inside I'm fighting it.
Well, how about if I tell you this? You've got to do it right side, and don't let it control your life, are exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
You have to do it right, and don't let it control your life. It is exactly right. Don't let it control. If you let it control your life, you're not doing it right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I say, when people push me, that's the tendency, unless I really, really want to do it.
You and I are of an age Actually, Bree doesn't look like it, but she's up here also. We're of an age where you can't push us anymore, but you can pull us. You can pull us if you want.
Yeah.
Will you please help me do something? Yeah, if I possibly can, I will help you do something. I need you to do this right now. No.
Right.
Yeah, we're just of that age. So it's not, we know what we want. We know what we don't want. We know what steps we want to take. It doesn't say we're not teachable. It has nothing to do with it. It just means you can't push me anymore. I know who I am and what I'm about, and you do too.
Yeah, I think that you're not going to push me part's been ingrained way longer than that. but
But
not
that's
always not always the other side about knowing what I want to do.
But I will tell you this, when we did that negotiation class, Kay, did you do that negotiation class with us?
No, I think I might have missed it.
We're going to do it on the 18th. And we're going to do it with the whole team. So it's really cool and you'll really
Okay.
like it. But when you did that, Kathy, you were the one that you bulldogged through this one thing. And I believe well, I'm not really sure why you didn't push it all the way through, but you bulldogged right up to the end on this one item that nobody else caught,
Well,
without giving away too much, because I don't want to give away, but I watched you it was that was my fun, was watching you bulldog through that. And I did not know, I'm dead serious. I did not know you had that in you. So that's a great trait. Like you bulldog through your stuff, girl.
I don't know if everybody thinks so, but thank you.
No, nobody does. And I really like that. I think one of the things that I used to love about houses, one of the things that I do love about houses, and I've had a bunch of them that I've bought, on the outside, they look very unassuming and very simple. And then when you get inside, you're like, wow. And I love that. I love that juxtaposition of it looks like I bought a bunch of like wartime housing that looks like small wartime housing, or maybe 1950. But when you get inside of it, it's gorgeous archways and huge fireplace. And I mean, just
Beautiful.
really beautiful. Yeah, really beautiful. Good bones that you could really work with. And there's a juxtaposition also between, like, a lot of times people who first meet me, the bad people, not the good people, but the bad people are like, oh, she's so sweet and nice. Let me push on her. And then it's like, oh, hell no, you're not doing that to me. And they're always surprised. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that juxtaposition. And you have that. You seem very, if I did not know you and I did not witness that, and I was not a nice person, I would think I could push you to wherever I wanted to push you. And you can't. And that's a cool thing. What a great thing in real estate.
Well, you probably can for a certain degree, and then I'm going to stick my feet down really hard, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. What a great trait. What a great trait. So, all right, you guys, anything else? Oh, Kathy, time block your time out. And the rest of it is just taking a step. Yeah, it is. It's just you already made the commitment, so you're already there. So you're pulling, not being pushed. You already took the steps, so you're pulling. So pull it.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah.
It's real basic, but other than the Monday 6 o'clock class with Gary, what other calls should I be on?
What are you
Tonight.
interested in? Are you interested in commercial? Are you interested in agent attraction? Are you interested in, what else are you interested in?
I'm interested in commercial and lead gen.
Okay, so there's the commercial group. So you'll want to be on that one and absorb that one in. What else did you, how are the core groups doing, Bree?
I don't have many people showing up, so I think I need to revamp it.
I think we all do too. I think we need to get with Gary and revamp those as a whole.
Well,
But
if that's
I think we
for
have
the
all.
first new people getting into the group, I need to, it's not, oh,
No, there's core, there's 4 levels of core. There's people who are doing 100 units-ish a year. There's the mid group, which is Bree, which are, they know how to do real estate to a degree, and they're rocking and rolling, and they're just not the learners. The brand new baby ones, that's Kendra's group. And then the people that for whatever reason come on the team and then completely disengage on every level, that's the E group. So you're definitely not E, and you're not Kendra, you be Bree's group. And if you're not in Bree's group, get into Bree's group.
Bree, would you tell me when you get that together and I'll come in? Because I need to do something else.
I'll add
Those would be
you.
the only 2 I would add. And those are only twice a month, I think, Breeze and commercial. So it's not adding a ton.
Okay.
I don't
Can
wanna
I like
add
hop
to
in
it.
and just kind of see?
Yeah.
I went through Bonetta's, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
I didn't do Bonnetta's and I should have.
Well, Kendra's doing it, and it's really, that group focuses on the 90-day fast start program. That's what they really focus on. Breeze Group is bring your production up. That's really Breeze Group. It's it's opportunities. It's the opportunity to bring your production up.
Bree, will you send me information so I know? I
Yeah.
know I still haven't gotten everything done from from the one Bonetta did. And you know that too, because you've got the 90-day challenge going on, which I haven't done a thing with.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Yes.
thank you for reminding me. Points to all over the next 2 weeks for everybody that gets somebody, whether on the team or not, so just put down your names into the 18th class, the class on the 18th.
okay.
What is it?
That is the negotiation game. So
Okay.
you know what it is, you know how it works, so it should be an easy one to invite because you can talk intelligently about it. Okay, what that one is we have, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. We have you'll be getting a document that you'll get like 10 minutes to read, just a single page that says, this is you and this is your company and this is what you want. And the other person is going to have a different doc that has their company and what they want. And the two of you are going to negotiate. And then we'll come together as a group and we'll talk about negotiate what we found out, what we learned, what was interesting. Somebody will present and we'll go from there. But it's a workshop. It's a hands-on where you get to negotiate with another person. So it was
It was kind of fun.
my son
Yeah.
gave it to me. It was good. It was a really good one. I'm like, go do some more work over there, kid, at your aerospace company and bring it down.
I just don't read fast enough.
I'm going to give a full 10 minutes on this one because it should be an hour thing. We did it
Okay.
in 30. And so that's why. So that's why I was like, yes, we did. But by gosh, we did it. So, all right. Anything else, all y'all?
Nope, we're good.
All right. Have a fabulous day. I adore you, ladies. Thank you for listening to me. And you help me just as much as I help everybody else. Kathy's talking to nobody. We can't hear you.
I know. I'm saying 1 second. I'm trying not to interrupt.
Oh, okay.
Okay, your central time, it's 1 to 2 on Mondays for Gary's commercial mastermind.
Oh, you're a
Yes.
rock star.
Okay, I have that on my commercial. And do I just go into the GIA site to get to it?
He's
We'll
got a
send
Zoom.
you a Zoom.
It's a Zoom.
It's
Yeah.
Zoom, but on the GIA workplace site, you can go get the link right there under events.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm missing because I have it on my calendar. I just didn't have the Zoom link.
Gotcha.
When is Gary's book thing next?
I don't know.
Because
don't know.
I thought it was this week. That's part of why I pushed giving everybody
have it.
notes.
I don't have
And-
anything for this week. I
And
think
and I think I saw something like on the 20th or something, but I don't know if that's right.
hang
I feel
on.
like I'm missing it.
I hope it's not. Maybe it is the 20th because I have Toastmasters training that day and I can't do it if it is. And I think he did do a conflict with me and I have to be at this training for
Yeah,
Toastmasters.
okay, maybe. I just thought I would screwed up.
No, I don't think so. I don't have anything in between now and then that says anything about the group. I mean, it'd be in the evening and I'm not seeing it.
Did Barbara, whatever, reach out to you? Barbara in New York?
Nope.
Okay, she's the one that I don't know how to do Google Docs and stuff like that very much. So me putting answers in there for people is like, haha.
I got your notes.
I know, but if you hadn't have been, if I hadn't have been on that one last time and you showed about the pluses,
Oh,
I don't have any clue.
okay. I'm like,
Anyway.
not at all. I'm good.
All right, bye.
Bye, y'all. Good day.